Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous and my Lawful Evil Sylvan Sorcerer Lich playthrough. Now, if you want to see how I built up the character and you want to see the intro of the game, then please feel free to watch the prologue episode. But here is where we actually start the actual playthrough. Now, as I mentioned at the end of the previous video, the prologue, I would like feedback on whether or not to do reading out conversations and lore and so forth loud, which will make the series quite long, but I don't mind that at all. So that is what I had in mind when I was thinking about recording this, but if there is a majority that would prefer me not to do it and just keep dialogue open so that they can read it themselves, then please feel free to leave that in the comment sections and I will have a look at how many people request such a thing. So there. Okay, we are underneath the city of Kenabres, having been tossed down here by... That was rather loud. I thought I adjusted the sound to be more... Let's put it at 55 then. Put the music up to 75 perhaps. And that's a bit better. I also want to adjust this. I don't want to... Oh, I can't adjust the formation yet. Okay.
I know the way.
Oh, holy mother of...
I'm not going to bother reading the grayed out text in conversations that are actually voice-overed.
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
I feel them all right. When say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
So as I mentioned in the prologue, the evil choices are just silly. I don't help anyone for free, pay up or stay stuck under the rubble. That doesn't make sense when you're down here. I don't think I'm going to be of much help, we have more athletics than we have knowledge world, so let's see if we are able to roll a 10 or more on the die. Oh, and before I do this, I will also happily be doing what is known as, much to my annoyance, save scumming. I don't like that term at all. But I will be quick saving and I will be quick loading in regards to certain critical skill checks. This is an irrelevant one. It's just a couple of experience points extra if you manage this, I think. But there are some skill checks that are critical in the game, and if I fail them, I will reload. So, hold on, we're going to get you out from under there. And I failed. You have to work hard to get the wounded woman out from under the rubble. At last, the knight stops to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her brow.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened, though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
A demon lord entering the world is probably not something that you expect to happen, no?
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomedae. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendev and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Kenabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomedae's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Kenabres will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
My name is Calador.
Good to meet you. Now, tell us all about yourself.
Yeah, because that's definitely what we should do when we are underneath Kenabres.
Whoa, girl. Slow down. Exchanging names is enough for now. We don't have time to be swapping life stories. We need to find a way out of here. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
To summarize, there are 3 of us, with 5 working legs, 3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon.
Here we go. She's fatigued. I can't change this until we're out of this area. I'm pretty sure there is something we can loot somewhere around here. Yeah, over there. Look, Halran put all the confiscated weapons in this chest. Take a look. Maybe your things survived the fall. We'll take all of that. And let's have a look at the... I think for now I'll just go with a crossbow. We can have... Actually, a cold iron dagger is probably a better choice than a longsword for now. Cloak of resistance +1, that's nice. I like to have this in type in ascending order. We only have grease and magic weapon for now, so... Here's one of Terendelev's scales.
Who's there?
Left that open so you can read it if you want to.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sela, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev, I can't wrap my head around it.
Not many could withstand a strike from a demon lord, not even Terendelev.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Daskari himself has come to Kenabres. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Terendelev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help. Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now...
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose.
What happened to this poor man? Who is he?
I don't know. He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, But he was already dead, sadly.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
She's super sus.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
Which kind of makes sense now that I recognize the name in the prologue episode from the town square, but we don't really meet him, just find him down here. Tell me more about yourself.
Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it? You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic.
She touches the polished snake skull amulet that hangs around her neck. Yeah, just realized that Sela is probably fatigued because I failed the athletics roll. Do you want to join us?
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
Well then, we need to keep moving. There must be a way back to the surface somewhere around here.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Yeah, that would be my first thought as well.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Anevia seems to be in favor of the Caledon cleaning company. Okay, so...
You can trust me.
Yeah, that sounds promising. I've disabled the auto-population of the toolbars and the options because I
A bright future awaits us.
don't really like that. Coup de grace. I'm not sure if it's coup de grace or if it's coup de grace, but I think it's coup de grace. You have smite evil as well. Put that there. Deflection. Moralize. Really. Fighting defensively can be useful, so we'll put that there. This is just an accept effect from Inspire Rage.
Open your heart to me.
Yeah, she's really super sus. Spirit Weapon Enchantment, I think that's the only one we got. Now we have the Ghost Touch. Although, that is if you have a +1 weapon. Also have Battle Spirit. That one is rather nice as a buff this early on. You also want to have that, and I want to have the Kukra over there. Bull Rush. It's not that important, but it can be nice. And also fighting defensively. This should be in automatic mode. Don't need it on the hotbar though. I wish I could adjust the formation because this is a silly formation. Let's do a quick save here.
Save the last one for me.
Okay, I haven't set up your hotbar yet. Very unlikely that I'm going to charge with you this early on. I want to have grease available, and I want to have magic weapon available.
Let's try this way.
I'll cut you wide open.
We're going to have a lot of missing in the beginning here.
Glory without risk!
Actually, let's remove that.
This will hurt.
The spirits demand your blood!
Good.
Into the fray!
I have never had that on auto on my other save, and they still seem to use it. Padded armor. Not use an armor because I'm a sorcerer. Well, except for haramakis and robes. It's another of Tyrendalev's scales.
Our victory is certain.
And a giant fly. Well, maybe we want to have a charge thing on the hotbar here. Do that and charge in.
The light take you!
I wasn't too bad. I don't really have much in terms of spells. I have grease, but I don't want to use it currently.
The inheritor, guide my blade!
As it should be.
This is part of the reason why I want to have an animal companion, because they are pretty darn good. Braces of armor should be useful. Let's put that on. Doesn't do anything. Oh, it does. Because I already wore one. Well, let's give it to... No, that's the engraved lucky bracers. It to Pepston, because it actually does affect him. What is that? That is a potion of Shield of Faith.
That is not far. We will be victorious.
More giant fly.
Calculated risk.
I'll stand still because we are apparently... Yeah, we're flat-footed, I think. So is the fly, it seems.
This should do it.
Ooh, I actually hit something.
Into the fray!
You are today's sacrifice!
Pretty good.
I'll go ahead.
Monitor lizard. And it's tripped. Excellent.
Go for their hearts!
Let's try this way.
Now, they do have a little bit of it's harder to hit them when they are lying on the ground with a ranged weapon. In case anyone was wondering about that. Ooh, that was a nasty amount of damage there.
The light take you!
And Sela moves very slowly because of her quite heavy armor. She has a speed of 20 compared to 30 and 40 respectively for the others. That's an attack of opportunity, so let's not move out.
I'll cut you wide open!
Skin that. Can I heal him in any way?
We will win this war.
I don't think I can. I don't think he has... Can you drink that? Oh, you can. Very intelligent dog, this.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere. Worldwound!
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Demons are laying waste to Kenabres.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze...
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Kenabres. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
What is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
Ah, the sass.
This is where the relics of the first crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
The first crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
Who are you? Tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground crusaders, the children of the Crusade's finest.
Sadly, underground crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
I've never heard of underground crusaders before.
In Kenabres, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
This is a good example of how evil is just stupid. Because if I were to do that, and it actually, I've never tried it, but if I were to do it, and if it carried through, I would be losing out on getting 2 companions. What are you doing here?
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Sul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
She just shrugs and turns away. Maze? Does it really lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
A sword of holy flame? How did it wind up down here?
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
Well, we'll find the sword faster if we work together. I'll help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
I know the way.
Lore Religion 17. I don't think I have anyone who's even remotely near that. No. Nor do I really care.
Not this time.
I found...
Not an important thing.
something.
Just running around finding these loot piles.
What's that there?
No, what is that?
found something.
There we go. And now this one should be the sword. Day 16, month Arodus the 8th, year 4715. A strange flash pierces the gloom, and Caledon feels drops of searing blood run down his chest. The wound healed by Terendala reopens and weeps scarlet, but there is no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber. This one, or another entirely? Caledon's heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into his mind, thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery. They betrayed me, trapped me, and stabbed me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect, the people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are, up ahead, in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I am about to die from their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I still have strength, I must... While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, Caledon intuits that he can control them somehow. Let's try to heal the wounded girl. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before Caledon. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, "Lariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said you and the other warriors of heaven would be leaving us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true?" The frenzy of foreign thoughts comes faster and faster like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colourful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword, a majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet but his voice ringing clear. Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back. "Then don't waste your strength healing me," the girl whispers. "Your mission is more important. You take care, it is near." There, in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline, a nightmare come to life. A wave of odious chirruping and rustling emanates from the shadow. The sound piercing like hot irons lancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. The yawning chest wound burns white hot. Caledon's head pounds with pain, and it is no longer clear whose pain it is. The person called Lariel who sent this vision, or the unlucky enough to receive it. We have a +3 to will, and a +5 to Knowledge Arcana, so we'll do Knowledge Arcana. But Caledon knows how to resist malign influences such as this, no matter its origin. Succeeded. Rolled a 12. The force of the attack, though originating in a vision, is terrifying. But Caledon is stronger. He shakes off the pain and torpor, but alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in this strange vision or memory, but the thrill of fear it provokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of Descari, the terrifying demon lord. In a moment as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they called Lariel. The foolish angel struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from a quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young, then old and quavering. Where is your goddess angel? Where is her self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here alone, so far from the light of your heaven? A strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash. The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Caledon senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts diminishing, like a river running dry. The last thing he hears is this. You will kill me, monster. This I know. But one day, someone will come here and raise up my sword. They will raise it up and, well, punish evildoers and traitors. The vision disappears, vanishing in a burst of colours. Caledon does not hear the final words, but he seems to complete the thought, taking it to heart. The words fly from his lips, and with them, something else. The heat blazing in Caledon's chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Caledon sees the flaming sword in his hand, or rather its outline, the memory of what the sword looked like. With a final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes and the light is drawn into his hand. Caledon senses that it will return. All he need do is call it.
Hey! Are you alright? You were kinda glowing just now.
That was it. The light of heaven. But how?
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
You saw it too. The traitors, the dying girl.
It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven that sort of got, sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kinda need it.
Oh dear.
Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous, and when I'm upset, and when I'm happy. Anyway, what I said, it came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Sull. You can show everyone the light of heaven, we'll rally the tribe and go into the maze, and we'll get back our kin.
And what if he can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us.
I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here.
Lariel? That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it, and now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Now, Wentawag, don't be a sore loser. He is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sull, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the Abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
It seems I can control it.
That is just Wow, I mean, that's amazing! Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more... golden? Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Kenabres.
Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
What do we have here?
And thus we also get Lan and Wenduag in our party. Oh, so we have protection from evil. That's probably from the Light of Heaven.
Ready for anything.
We have a new ability, I think. Light of the Angels. It's decent enough. Let's have a look at Lan. He's to put both of these. I want to put that there. I will occasionally want to turn it on.
Your commands.
Same with Wenduag. So Lan is lawful neutral monk Zen archer. Camellia is a spirit hunter. Sela, of course, is a paladin. Wenduag is a fighter. He's also using a longbow, though. As for the alignment, she's neutral evil. We can't detect the alignment of Camellia. This is because of her amulet, which we cannot unequip. It hides her alignment. But I think you can see that she is in fact chaotic evil when you level her up. So yeah. However, I think we have reached the end of the episode here. We're at nearly 43 minutes. So if you have any questions and or comments, then please do feel free to leave those in the comment section below. And remember also to comment in regards to me reading out things loud, or if you want to just pause the video and read it yourselves. With that, thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope to be seeing you all in the next episode.